Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Elder Scrolls Lore, and before we begin, I'd like to thank Aries for allowing me to use his music. Shout out to the podcast on HP Productions' channel, which is with me, HB and Kuyo of HP Productions, and occasionally Kukai, and Imperial Knowledge is also part of this podcast. Talk about gaming, lore, kind of community topics or suggestions that come up in the Discord chats, and then we have a guest every episode. That being said, feel free to join the Discord chat. We can also talk about gaming, lore, whatever it is you want. It's a lot easier to communicate that way. Other than that, this is one of the community recommended videos, so that's one down. I tried very, very hard to get footage for this. It's just damn near impossible for this. So it's about Argonians. Obviously, we're going to be going and talking about the Argonian tribes of Black Marsh. So all of the Argonians you will see have nothing to do with the tribes. I tried very hard to find them, but again, it was hard to find certain things for this thing. And I'd also like to make a shout out for Nerd Dragon on the Discord chat for writing this script as well. It's his script, not mine. It was his idea. It's a very good idea. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy, and thank you. I hope you guys understand with terms of the footage. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoy. These are the Argonians of Black Marsh. Most of Argonians, at least that live in Black Marsh, live in tribes, each one with a cultural and physical difference that separate each other from another. In fact, the term Argonian seems to be more of a generalization of all different lizard folk that live in Black Marsh. Some tribes are different than others based purely off appearance, others are based different on culture, and some are more different, so on and so forth. But they all are considered Argonians. Apparently there are dozens, maybe hundreds of tribes, but here are just some of the more known ones that we have going here. So the following tribes are different in more ways of a physical. Now, I apologize right off the start that these names are going to be butchered. But first you have the Egocephs. They are needle-like faces and have their color, and they can vary from ranges to bright green to orange, usually found in Inner Argonia, always near the... When other races tried to put plantations in Black Marsh as an economic boost, the Archaeans were a very powerful and influential group that used to make a fortune by selling other Argonians into slavery. Although they were considered traitors for that and they really didn't care too much about it. They also were used as advisors for the imperial authority and governors in Black Marsh, at least for the parts of the province that were controlled by the Empire. And were also in charge of the more rural districts of the region. Eventually, the other races realized that they were trying to make plantations in Argonia was a waste of time and effort, and due to the swampy conditions of the province, and abandoned all projects of this kind. This led to the Archaeans to go bankrupt, and we really don't see them after that part of it. Now there are the Pachu, which are described as toad-like, and they live in the inner part of the province. They're the Sarpa, which are said to be being winded, although it's unclear if literally or not. Perhaps they have fins or something that is similar to dinosaurs in a way. They live underwater, and they live in the interior part of the province. The Nagas, and they're described as having huge mouths filled with dripping needle-like fangs, usually are about 7 to 8 feet tall, and the majority of them generally act as brigands and highwaymen inside the province, which do not contribute to them having a good reputation. And now we're getting into the tribes that have more of a difference in terms of a cultural way. And now note, the source is a book called The Elder Scrolls Online. It's from The Elder Scrolls Online. It's called The Tribes of Merc, Meyer. And that's actually the DLC I tried to get for this, but didn't end up working that way. So, at first we have the Bright Throats, and they are composed mostly of cheerful artisans who enjoy a good relationship with both fellow Argonians and outsiders. In other words, they are more peaceful-like to everyone around them. They are famous for their big dance and music traditions, as well as their great talent as wood carvers, making excellent items. Their most famous creations are seed dolls, which can represent a multitude of things, mostly used as talismans and amulets. You have the ghost people, which are next, and they have a pretty horrid and dark reputation with other Argonians, being reluctant of talking about them. They live entirely in the dark, only leaving their dark rectuses to stalk and abduct the unwary. Claimed to be so pale that you could see their bones, Argonian parents often use tales of the ghost people as kind of like a boogeyman of the sorts to make their children more obedient. They have a reputation of kidnappers and dead stealers, aka grave robbers, And so other Argonians believe they make profane rituals to steal the souls of the ones they capture, which can imply necromancy as well. Next we have the Black Tongues and their fabled alchemists, leaving flasks and other alchemical instruments out in the open as a warning. Highly territorial, they are known for killing mercilessly anyone who invades their territory and are very hostile when caught off guard. But they can be polite and soft-spoken under the right circumstances. And so, take this to the Sithis worshippers, they direct most of their resources to the creation of Shadow Scales, the elite assassins that serve the Dark Brotherhood, and the Argonian royal court. They take this so seriously that they use their alchemical knowledge to make a powerful contraceptive known as the Gloom Nectar, which they use to manipulate their egg-laying cycles, thus guaranteeing that more Argonians will be born under the Shadow constellation. Some of the deadliest poisons of Tamriel are made by them. Next are the Root House people, and they are brutish and belligerent, and they are known for attacking villages, killing and driving off inhabitants and settling there until their village resources are dried out. So they're semi-nomadic to a sense. Then they move to the next target, and they're often compared to as parasites, and they're considerably taller and bulkier than most Argonians and having large shoulders and powerful jaws. Next are the Meyer Dancers, and they are reclusive and introspective, although very kind and friendly. They're skilled crafters, weavers, navigators, and cartographers, and they're very pious and religious when it comes to their religion. They choose one sap speaker, quoted there, which is viewed as a direct intermediary between them and the Hist. He does that by communing with the Hist, drinking its sap, and receiving visions and knowledge from the tree. Despite their piety, ironically, Meyer Dancers are obsessed with games of all sorts and gamble a lot. Although they see winning or losing as afterthoughts rather than objectives, they are very honest and fair playing, and they just love to gamble. With that being said, that are all the tribes that are more bigger tribes known in the Elder Scrolls. Universe, sorry, I just got distracted there for a second. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a lot of fun to make and learn about the tribes. When I got the idea proposed to me, it was actually a very good idea, and I was glad to see it happen. So with that being said, I'm glad I got to cover it, and I'm glad thankful again for Nerd Dragon for writing the script. He's been a huge help. This is the second video he's recommended and recorded. There might be a potential third. We'll see that upcoming soon. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I certainly did. I'm sorry again we couldn't get the certain footage I necessarily wanted. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.